Okay, Kyle, here's your first run video. So we're going to go ahead and let you watch this run, okay? This was just the beginning, and again, we're looking at that center line, seeing what you're crossing over. We'll go frame by frame, but okay. So the first thing we're going to do again is this is your center line, Kyle. And again, when you're in the float phase here in the air, we always want to see that 2-inch gap in here at least, as far as driving with your pelvis correctly and not putting too much stress on the ankles, knee, and hip issue by coming across. So what you're going to do is you're going to see right there, once you're on full mode, we see the angle between your ankle and your tib fib, and that's 192, which is 12 off. That's off 180 degrees, so that's 12 degrees, 0.1. We don't ever want to go over 8 degrees of rotation or pronation, but also you see the great bend in the shoe and how you're kind of, the shoe's torquing when you look at that. That's because the back of that shoe needs a stronger counter, which what we talked about. Again, see the crossover here, you're just running on one foot. That's not too bad, but that's still 12.1 degrees as well, the other direction. The other thing is we're looking for is, you know, you always want to make sure there's the same thing, another couple degrees, 13 degrees on that one. This is the angle of lean here. That's 10 degrees. That's like the maximum amount of distance. You want to mostly be like 3 degrees or at least 8. This is just how much angle is on this, and which also I showed you in the picture affects your upper back when this angle is too high, because you have to rotate your shoulders around to bring the leg back around. But anyways, the next thing you look at on this video is you look at your arms, how far away they are from the body, which makes them swing across. You see the arm going across the body. We really should just be kind of in a straight motion, slightly skewed. So you want this kind of motion to take place. Let me show you. Your elbow's going from here to here across, and we do not want that. Okay. And your feet will always follow your shoulders. Everything else is okay on this. So let's go to your next video. Okay, buddy. Sorry, we're just having a little technical difficulty there. So let's watch this one run for yourself. Again, we're looking at the lean angle back here with the guy who's set up at a 6.5 minute mile pace lean. That's what we would call technically correct. We look to see when you strike what your feet are doing there. Okay, so the main thing, this is your gravity line, and when we watch you run, Kyle, as the leg comes up in the air, you can see right away that you're striking with your heel digging hard, toes pointed straight in the air, and if I draw this line right here, this is called your gravity line. It should be in front of your head. That tells me when you hit the ground, your force is behind you. So it's popping you up in the air, in fact 4.1 inches, and it's also going against you. It's a lot of pressure that's hitting your body. So that with the leg bent and where you're at is what technically is correct. Okay, underneath you and when you strike the ground, and it's a manner of you see your left leg do the same thing, or your right one, so it's the same each side. This is a manner of just not letting your foot go out and bringing this foot right here down quicker. Just letting it drop and running behind you. If you lean better, it will want to run behind you, and not leaning at your back, but leaning through your body. So that's the biggest key on that. Again, the arms, we just want to release the arms low. See, your ear here is bouncing up almost 4.5 inches. That's a lot of vertical movement. We want to stay about 2.5 inches for your height. That'd be good. So that's the main key. Toes are up. You're putting a lot of pressure in the front of your calves here. Soleus muscle on the left inside, and on the outside called tibialis anterior, peroneus muscles. They're all going to pull, called shin splints at some point in time like this. Plus, when your leg is kind of, you get a little bit of bend, but when the more locked you are, that you don't get enough spring coming out of this. Okay, so excellent. We'll pause this and go to your next one. Okay, Kyle, so here's your new run. So we're going to let you watch. So right away you're going to notice there's more gap in the air. Like you're going to see, we'll measure your angles. And then also just look at your feet landing mid-foot. See that? You're landing perfectly mid-foot. You're not stressing your ankles. You're not putting your front shin muscles into stress. Now, a few times over you cross over, but for the first time, look at that. The majority of the time you run a little bit wider, and that's excellent. And the key again is just to remember, just look down and tell yourself. So when you measure this, so right there we measured your ankle angle, and that is 6 degrees. So you were 12, 13 on the right first. So you crossed over on that one. Let's look at a good one right there. So that angle right there was 5 degrees. And then your, let's see, off 90 degrees, you're 8 degrees now with your legs, so you took a couple degrees out, and that's good. That's better, closer to that 5 and 3. So excellent. You did good. You'll cross over a few times, but just as you notice, look at this gap. There you go. That's what we want to see. Perfect. All right. Look at your next video. Okay, Kyle, this is what's impressive. So just this, looking at this standard picture, look at your angle with this runner. You're right with them. Okay? So right off the bat, you stuck in there with that angle. And then we're going to look at your feet. I'm going to wash this out a little bit for brightness. Okay, let's watch you run there. Look, every time your foot steps, look how gliding and simple this looks. See how you're not reaching out in front of you? You're not letting the heel smack. You're just running right underneath you. And you look like you're going to fall forward just slightly, which is perfect. You have nowhere to go but forward with ease. So your height there was 2.5 inches. So you almost cut that in half just by not bouncing in the air. Isn't that great? So look at your foot when it comes up in the air. Boom. There, look at it. When it's fully on, it's still in the air just slightly, and then boom, your next phase, you're on it. You got a nice bend in your knee, and look at your gravity line now shows you to be in front of your face, which means it's assisting you with running. So that's fantastic. Left leg, look at your foot is square. You just relax your toe a little bit more. It's okay. Boom, you hit the ground. Same thing. Look at your gravity line. If I draw the gravity line on this one, it's just absolutely perfect. Right through front. So excellent job. Excellent job. Just keep working on it. Just tell yourself quicker pace, 180, step underneath you. If right here, if you took your eyeballs and looked down, you should not see your feet. You'd be really hard to see them when you hit the ground. And take one cue at a time, Kyle. So all the cues that I gave you, just practice one at a time. Feel like you got a slight bend in the knee at impact. And work on your shoulders. Keep your arms tighter. Okay, you don't need to swing too far out. And just relax the shoulder system and let it swing. Don't let this body move as much. Just let those arms swing. All right, buddy, I'll send this off to you. Good luck.